Ha ha! Konnichiwa Bustas! The bug catcher is here today, smoking trees, catching butterfrees, baby. So, I believe there is a possible connection, Busters, between Vinny, the Rust Syndicate, and how they could be the hint at Gen 10, right? So, before I even really quite get into that, let me explain why I don't believe the leaks, okay? Because Central Leaks first claimed it was in Greece. Then he claimed he was leaking all kinds of stuff about the Megas and Legend ZA. Then he was claiming that he was going to dump more by the end of the year, that he had way more information, that he saw the information and he just couldn't wait to share it. Well, if that's the case, how did he leak Gen 10 was going to be in Greece if he had the information already that it was actually going to be in this Southeast Asian inspired region that he's now claiming is true, right? So I don't believe him. So I did some digging. And Tyranitar Tube inspired me on this. He was trying to figure out if Corbeau and Carmine and Kieran are related. And he was doing the origins of their name. So that inspired me to do the origins of everyone, a lot of the new characters in Legend ZA, right? And 99% of them are French related, even Urbane and Tawny. Those are real words that like are French inspired. So one of the only people who didn't have a name of that caliber was Vinny. And in the same game Vinny is in, they introduce the Rust Syndicate, the mob. So what do Italians, because that's what Vinny's name is, and a very Italian name, what do Italians and the mob have in common? They're one and the same, Busters. So my first little mini theory in this mini video, right, it would be that Vinny used to run the Rust Syndicate, and that's why the logo, it claims to be a logo from a far away region. Because Felipe and Corbeau, who we know were the former leader and the leader now, they're both from Kalos, possibly even Lumios. And I did research on their name origins, both French. Felipe, very common French name, at least it used to be. Corbeau, enough said, right? And while I'm on it, like Naveen, his name has Persian descent. Lita, it was all over the place. Jet, French. A lot of people had French names, obviously. I just think it's interesting that in Legend ZA in Paris, there's two things that resemble Italians. And even more digging is I wanted to confirm that Titar was right in his research. So Corbeau's name origin comes from the French word that means raven or crow. And Kieran's, because everyone thinks the big rumor is that they're brothers, right? And, sisters with Carmine or whatever. The big rumor is that Corbeau is related to him. And Kieran's name literally translates to little black one. It's Irish, though. Nothing to do with French. But Raven Crow for Corbeau, right, Busters? You keeping up with me in the comments? And then, Kieran was little black one. That kind of goes together. Black Crow, they're black, right? But when you look at Carmine's name, guess the origin of Carmine's name. It means crimson, but it comes from the Italian word for it. So in Scarlet and Violet, there's an Italian-inspired name, Carmine. In Legend ZA, there's a guy named Vinny, and there's the presence of the fucking mob. And we all know Pokemon like to hint at the next region in the previous titles. Now, while I will admit the hint is more out there, more blatant, more hidden, not like, but where you can find it, not where you can find it in the game, right? Not looking up the origin of, fucking Corbo's name is gonna lead me to the next region, right? For example, in Sword and Shield, you fight the Traveler going to Stone side, and she's muy bien. She claims she's from another region, wanting to see the gym challenge, and lo and behold, she's speaking Spanish. The next game's a Spanish game, right? The next region. So the hints are subtle like that, right? I think in Let's Go or the Alola games, you can see Dynamax or Gigantamax Toxtricity, right? One of those. He's like on a poster. So the point is, the hint you can always find in the games. But I think this time they put it in our face with Vinny and the mob. Like, I really think that they are connected somehow, some way, Busters. And I think that's the hint for Gen 10. Gen 10 will be in Italy. Right? And that goes back to what I was saying earlier about Centro and the leaks. He claimed it was Greece and he knew it was Greece. And then he claimed he had more info coming because he couldn't wait to share it. Then now the new info says it's the Southeast Asian region. But nothing in the games are saying either of those things. Y'all following me? The games aren't alluding to that anywhere. But look at the Italian. Matter of fact, let's just hold on, Busters. We're gonna go look at the fucking map of Italy. So here we are, Busters. Map of Italia, right? That's how you say it, fucking Busters. So we're gonna click this one here. I can't wait to show you guys this. So you zoom in here, and I'm only showing you the map of Italy, Busters, because of the leaks that are saying it's islands. They were gonna go island hopping. So off the foot of Italy, right? You see those three Aoilani islands. You got the Ustica Island, Stromboli Island, and in Sicily, where my people are from, Busters, is a gigantic island. And then even right here, you have Pantelleria. Malta is even down there, which is something a little different. Then you have Sardinia, which may be Italy as well. But then look at the island right above that one. Corsica, a French island. You Busters try to tell me, as I sip my coffee, you Busters try to tell me in the comments, Gen 10 isn't going to be in Italy. Y'all try to tell me it's not going to be there. I know Gen 10 is going to be in Italy. I just solved the riddle, Busters. Fuck with me. Fuck out of here. Subscribe today, because I'm the only one who knows how Pokemon thinks. I'm the only one who knows how Pokemon does it. It's just, I seem to be the only one who is in sync with Pokemon. A lot of guys get close, but a lot of guys ain't the bug catcher, and a lot of them aren't part of the bug catcher gang. Bug catcher gang, bug catcher gang. That's all you guys. Thanks for the whole bunch of subs. We're at the big 2,000. Leave a comment. Anything cool you want to see? Any interesting things you want me to do? Any comments about what I'm fucking talking about, Busters? Fuck with a real one. If you fuck with anyone, bust bags.